All right. Oh, and my game crashed instantly. All good. So I'm doing a review for Townze on Pyro on Upward here. Waiting for my game to restart. Very good game this Team Fortress 2 game is. But yeah, I just want to go over Upward since it's going to be week 1 and give my thoughts on a demo here. All right, we'll grab this one. I think it was like 43K. We'll go 42. All right, close enough. So generally on Upward first, what you're going to want to do, worry about traps above door. I'll generally clear. And then you're going to want to be shooting. Here, let's see if you get a little more. Okay. Generally, there's the rock over to the left back here. You want to shoot a dead over. You want to shoot a dead over this house right here, like on top of a house. And then you want to clear close left because there's like a jump up spot like just outside the left door that you want to worry about. Most spies aren't ever going to go there. It's really like a gamble, like I'm going to try and like drop a medic and hope this pyro is like too stupid to check here kind of spot. So you just always want to do it just in case, but you're almost never actually going to catch a spy there. So let's see what you're doing. Okay, I'm going to be like kind of a little anal about the micro. Who cares about the traps on cart, man? Your NG can fucking see those. He can shoot those. Worry about the traps above here that might be here. And try to look before the round starts. I fast forwarded. You might have seen them already. But worry about these first if you're going to be clearing traps. I'd rather you be out right now instead of like worrying about more traps. Or like you look at... I'm going to be like, this is invite. You're fucking... I know you know how to play this game. You know how to play HL. You're a demo player. You understand this format. Look at how much time you wasted already. This could have been one det above doors, one det over here, one det over this house, and you could be clearing above this right now. You know, it's just a lot of time wasted. Just think about that. Cool, that clears fine. Clearing above rocks here is fine. This is an over clear. No spy. Like, I don't know if I've ever called a spy actually here. One det here is totally fine. I don't know, like, you don't need to walk over here ever. Just worry about, like, being just, like, around the rocks behind you, basically. Right? Like, so you clear that, which is fine. That's a little late. This det's totally fine. Clearing around here is totally fine. But, like I said, I think you could have done all of this a lot more efficiently. Obviously missed it there, but it is what it is. Just got to get more practice with that. But your med is out, so I imagine you guys want to take a fast Uber. Otherwise, you're never taking your med out. If you're taking your med at spawn, you'll be taking an Uber fast over here, getting the exchange out, maybe getting the gun down. Usually, if you're taking a super fast Uber, you're going to want your spy to be crossing during it because it's a pretty hard point for spy to cross on successfully, so he can like get the sap and then walk in and get the gun when you take the refight. So you want to be ready to take this exchange. Like if you guys, like I said, you guys should be taking a fast exchange. You don't need to race up here. Just like take the Uber, make them use, get out. Because your med's just like at risk right now. Your med's at risk like this entire time that you're like walking back and resupping. All right, cool. So you guys take the Uber, totally fine. All right, cool. They take the Uber. You win the air blast fight. Hopefully their gun dies here. Totally fine. Usually in posts on this point, I try to get with my sniper, let the rest of my team worry about everything else, because you can kind of solo like protect your sniper, give him the this angle over here, which is really strong, while your team peeks wide to the right and tries to take the space. So you can just kind of worry about spy and soldier, who are kind of the only real threats to your sniper in this situation. Cool. All right, you're looking for your sniper. Again, I like you thinking about spy over here, but I think you just try to focus on doing your sniper here. Nice, good catch. Cool. This means you guys should get first, pretty much for free, and demo says so you don't have to worry about traps. And you know spy's dead, so you guys can take kill really fast here. I understand you're the only one on cart right now, but you want to be on hill with your sniper as fast as possible. Thankfully, he has no real threat. Sniper, scout, or sniper, spy, soldier are all dead, so you guys can take the space completely for free. Super, super good. This is a point in general, without, you know, assuming you actually have to, like, they don't like wipe on first. I like to give my sniper as much space as possible on this point. I'll just focus on like protecting my sniper more than protecting my demo and med on this point, especially if like you can get your sniper like over here, like on the top left of my demo playback window. That's really, really strong. But this is fine. You guys are taking the space, and like there's not a real threat yet. Like one thing, like the only thing I'll say here is you're really early on spy. Spy cannot be there yet. Spy is probably either crossing over like hill to the right now, or he's like still bottom right. He has not had the time to get to side something yet for sure. Like what I would do here is instead of like you're like running around spy checking all worried about all this shit, I would plant myself like right here and just take my hands off the movement keys and just look behind me. You know, if this spy wants to walk up to my sniper, he'll die. Simple as. You don't need to like run around looking for spy nearly as much as you are right now. Like he's gonna be in soon probably. He's probably gonna try to go for like a salvage play, especially since like his whole team is dead. It's a little stupid, but like it's just to try and like do something on second while they try and refight tracks most likely. But you can just be, like I said, you can just be vibing, looking behind you. You don't have to like soldier bombing in here would be crazy with the amount of space you have. So you can just chill, look for spy. Like you just back up, let your med like actually push with your demo and like your heavy and like the rest of your combo like can push down there, and you can just protect your sniper here as he takes the space. Nice. Again, like I said, you catch him, which is great, which is fine. But you could you create opportunities for the spy by like moving around, looking around as much as you are. That's all. But good shit. Now you just want to look forward, try and take the space. No, the spy's dead. Cool, guns there, back up. Yeah. Nothing exciting here really. You just chill and wait until you push. Okay, so you know spy spawned. He's gonna take a minute to get actually anywhere that matters. Like you're insanely early here. Spy is like dropping down through third, like through spawn right now. Like right now, probably you might want to be checking here. That's like the fastest he can be, but he's probably either like walking over tracks or like going through shithouse. Like I'd be really surprised if he comes through your main. But you're just early. You're not actually catching that guy doing anything. Yep, okay, yeah, he just like dropped through tracks. He just like went shithouse or like dropped through tracks right here and stabbed your sniper. Arb is like the first person in, which is like another problem. Like he's really aggressive and your team's probably not backing him up there, but yeah. Okay, so you're spy checking behind you and the spy has not had the opportunity to get there at all. You get him, which is good. You're on, you know, offense, which is good. So like you're gonna be able to have the opportunity to take this space while you push the cart anyway, so it's not that big of a deal, but absolutely could have been cleaner. Okay, clearing reflecting panel of cart, totally fine. Shooting deaths over the hill, totally fine. You know, like the strongest thing about the death is the fact that you can shoot it around corners that you can't see, so definitely keep making use of that. Okay, I'm not super hard spy tracking right now. I think so here's something to think about. It sucks your cheeses. I don't want to know what happened here. Something terrible happened here. But if you're taking the space and trying to get a pill, don't go chase back towards like tracks or house or whatever to look for spy. You know, spy is going to be coming to you. He's not going to be... Sorry. Spy's going to be coming to you. Even if he is hanging out in house or lower or whatever, let him. Who cares? If he's not like trying to actually kill your combo members, it doesn't matter what that guy's doing, you know? And fucking like 75% of the time, that guy's gonna be in the spy circle anyways. So all it takes is like literally pressing mouse 1 for a single frame to make the guy useless for like seconds at a time. So I wouldn't give it the positioning to look for that guy. Your demo and med die while you're doing it. I hope they didn't get air blast off the map. They might have. I wasn't paying that much attention, but. And that sucks. You just, you know, die to that. Is what it is. Your team's still getting cart time, but again, these are just things that could be a lot cleaner. So you know spy should be behind you somewhere at this point. I'm not exactly, I'm not super hard tracking right now, but nice. All right, good catch. Don't need a hard track when you just kill him. Cool. So you know you can just look forward. This is a great time to try and take space. You guys are probably at Uber Disad right now. So this is like a decent time to like take a dry fight. Just try to like see if you can get a pick or whatever. Just make sure your med doesn't like overcommit and die for it. Nice. Clearing this trap. You already did it. I just want to reiterate, insanely important. Every time you take an Uber, dry, whatever, this is like the most common trap ever. So preemptively clearing it is super, super strong. And your sniper dies, spy's dead, sniper's dead. Here is probably a great opportunity to try and take like U-turn with your heavy, especially since your team's like Dishad. Or just reflecting the spam is also totally fine. The big thing you don't want to do is like actually try to peek the corner because the fire's going to air blast you off the world. Like, Soldier's heavy dead, this is like perfect time to take U-turn with your heavy. Like, even if you die here, as long as you're taking the space. Cool, you killed their demo. This is awesome, yeah. Dying to gun sucks, I get it, but they fall back, you cap point, it really doesn't matter. This is just like a great time you'll be making sure you're actually calming that spy is alive. And for your team to be wary of him going in for a play since you're dead. All right, cool. You guys are going lower. Clear out. Okay. All right. This is a micro thing. Think about where you're checking here as you walk through, because spy is probably going to be like trying to call you guys coming to tiles. So what I generally try to do is I'll shoot this corner right here, and then I'll look straight up and shoot on the railing above me, because those are the two places spy's actually going to be. He's not going to be standing on these stairs, right? You're going to walk into him 100% of the time. This is really, really risky. This he could also be in. Worth checking. But the big thing is you want to make sure you're shooting like straight up as you walk through, because that's a really, really common spot as you're taking the space. And then this stats fine, and then you want to be looking to your right instantly after you've cleared above this to make sure spy's not like sitting up there. If you clear right here, because again, like think about it, right? Spy can be here right now. You actually haven't checked this corner, right? Like you got all the way, okay, you checked it now, but you're late, technically. You had two people walk past this already, right? So think about that. As you're walking through, you know, this corner, maybe the bottom left, but this corner, above this corner. That's all that actually matters here. Those are the only places the spy can like really be to like actually be a threat at the start. And then you can like post up and chill and like worry about anything else. But at the end of the day, like once you're here, really, once you're like, especially since Shoulder's dead, like nothing's actually a real threat, like in tiles, you can basically chill exactly where you're staying, maybe like a couple steps up and just body blocking and be worried about the spy walking up the stairs, be worried about scout walking under and then coming up these stairs, and just like give your sniper the space in tiles. Be very, very wary of shooting deaths through there. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Just like let your sniper peek it. Your sniper having the space in tiles stops the pyro from peeking to reflect spam. That's like the biggest thing. Even if he doesn't like, even if he's not taking SPS, even if like neither sniper kills each other, if the pyro's peeking the gun to like reflect spam while the sniper's peeking tiles, that guy should die like 100% of the time, which means that the gun should die 100% of the time. But at the same time, if your sniper's peeking tiles, that means your pyro their pyro shouldn't be peeking to reflect spam off the gun, which means that your spy, your demo, your soldier can all spam the gun while the pyro doesn't have the opportunity to actually reflect things off of it, because if the pyro dies, that's way worse than just the gun dying. So just let your sniper have the space and make sure he lives. You don't need to like be any more aggressive than that, because if you peek and like shoot a det and like die to their sniper, and then like the spy comes and stabs your sniper like up in tiles because you died, or the scout runs through lower and kills your sniper, that's really, really bad. It completely like negates the entire purpose of like setting your sniper up tiles. So I wouldn't recommend doing it. So just legit chill, like take your hands off your fucking keyboard and chill on stairs. That's what I'd say here. Like I respect you're thinking about, right? Like you're thinking about the spy being down here, right? Like he could be down, yeah, sure. But it doesn't matter if he's actually all the way down here, right? If you're standing here and looking this way, you'll see the spy, you know? You don't actually have to go. He's coming to you, man. He's going to find you. He wants to stab your combo. He wants to stab your sniper. Okay. Getting to your combo there, totally fine. Again, I don't like the debts. I don't think it's worthwhile. You're like all worried about like what's happening behind you. Your sniper is alone in tiles right now, right? Your sniper right now should be dead to a spy. Your sniper deserves to die to a spy for you being where you're at. You didn't have to take any of the space. You didn't have to leave your sniper. You didn't have to do any of it. Thankfully, their spy doesn't stab your sniper. But like, what are you actually getting here? I like that you end up taking the space. This space take is good, but at the end of the day, why aren't you just heading up your sniper? Why aren't you just letting your sniper kill these people? You're taking the space, but your sniper could just be in tiles for free. Well, this guy dies, and then this guy dies, and then they're at 5 dead, and then you win, you know? Taking this space wide is good if you're actually pushing through main, but instead you're just dead. All right? And look, who the fuck is Margalia? I'm guessing it's your NG or something. But their spy is getting a pick while this is happening. And your team's not actually set up to take the space at the end of the day. You should be setting your sniper up to like have the space versus trying to take it yourself in these kind of situations. You taking the space like wide towards their spawn is something you do if your sniper dies somehow, or if you're like taking an Uber as a team and you're trying to take the space while your team like takes the space lower. It's not something to do like while your sniper's alive and has the opportunity just like to control space tiles, in my opinion. Okay, this is fine. Again, you want to look up as you're walking through. Yeah, like I think he was literally up. He died. No, soldier dies. But he was literally standing up there. I think you could have just checked him more efficiently. Okay, again, I'm bringing it. I'm gonna keep bringing it up. I know, obviously, you can't listen to me like while watching the demo. But again, you can just be chilling. Chill, hold the space, man. Don't peek and shoot a det and then run back down, then run back up, and then run back. Just chill. You just vibe out. Like what I would do here at this, like you're shooting a det, you're running back, like just vibe. Like you could literally just like stand up here and just vibe the fuck out. Let your sniper shoot whoever he wants. Again, you're leaving him alone, man. He's alone right now. Like I hope your sniper gets stabbed right now. He should get stabbed. And you're like not even ready to deal with this Uber. You're not ready to deal with to reflect anything. Your sniper is legit alone up here. He should be dead. He should be getting backstabbed right now. And like the only reason your sniper is not getting backstabbed right now is because the enemy team's spy is bad. Alright, at this point, you guys can just take card, obviously. Like, the whole team's dead, just reflect. Yeah. Nothing exciting about that. That's fine. But yeah, you can be setting your sniper up way better for these fights, in my opinion. Like, something that's super strong on a lot of payload offense in general is just being able to, like, leave your combo with, like, in the hands of your, like, scout, heavy, or NG, whatever, and just play with your sniper. Give your sniper free angles to peek. Because think about, like, payload offense is like taking your sniper ramp on Asheville. It's super strong. All right, but you guys get a good time anyways. So the big thing you're going to want to be doing here is, personally, I'll be like standing kind of at the base of the stairs here, just chilling. Wait about 6 seconds. You can check the top of the stairs. Maybe shoot a det like at the jump up from rock to playground, and then spy check this area, and then maybe shoot a det like kind of that pops like around this area, because then you can check like a spy standing on top of here as well as a spy standing under here at the same time, and then you can kind of know that spy is probably crossing flank. Once you do that, I'll generally call that spy is crossing flank, and then that's kind of all my NG at that point. My NG can see it. The pack disappears, and like my scout can shoot over there, whatever. The big thing is you don't want to be giving up space behind here. Anyways, let's see what happens. Actually, I'll fast forward a little bit.
Mission begins in 30 seconds. Mission begins in 10 seconds. 4,
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, I respect the preemptive set. I don't think it matters that much. And the big thing, you're spy checking too early here. Like I mentioned before, you want to wait about 6 seconds to to check the cross above the hill there. Right now, you already checked it and you're walking away. The spy can't even be there yet. If you this spy check is probably fine if he rushes tracks. You're like a little bit early, but the thing to think about when you're spy checking for crosses is if the spy sees you standing somewhere and just shooting fire, he's just gonna back up. If he's not already in your flames when you start spy checking, like he can avoid you. So be wary of that. You don't want to be too early because the spy will just avoid you and then cross as soon as you stop checking the cross, basically. So yeah, like I said, too early on kind of both. He could have been across hill right now by the time, like he could be like over here already. And if he's not here, while you come back to check here, he can cross tracks or jump the rock over to playground or just cross flank. Like a lot of spies just cross flank. But you want to do your due diligence, obviously. I really, really dislike this. Even if spies coming here, I think this is really, really bad. Because your engine can see the pack disappears, your scout can shoot this guy. You're giving up all the space in the world at this point, right? One, I hate your medic being here. There's no this is like the worst place in the world for your medic to play. Because even if they're sacking right now, their sniper can just peek the hill and shoot your medic while he's standing here, and then your medic drops and then you have to get the point. And your medic is kind of playing it away for spy to kill him, because if spy crossed flank really fast and like decloaks around here, he has like the opportunity to stab your medic, and like I don't even know if you even like if your medic keeps backing up, I don't even know if you have enough time to break his knife if he's on spy sickle. So generally what I like is my medic to kite tunnel if we're gonna like hard kite the Uber, because you're it's hard for them to actually get in there to do anything, and it's easy to spy check and deal with both because it's like, you know, you don't have to deal with verticality at all, basically. But yeah, I don't like giving up the space at all. You just want to play hill. Let your medic like back up with your medic maybe to tunnel, if you guys want to kite sack. Yeah, just way too much risk here. Good news is you guys clean up the sack anyways. But the biggest thing you need to be taking the space here. Like that's what's so important. You need to be up with your demo, because like technically right now, what could have happened in all of that is the spy could have like decloaked in the corner behind you, like to your right at the end of tracks, and like stabbed your demo and all that time. And obviously that would be like again another like point losing thing. Thankfully your spy is kind of like fucking like making the world happen. So you can kind of chill. But again, in my opinion, you're running around spy checking way too much. Like I mentioned earlier, spy is going to come to you, right? He wants to stab your demo. He wants to stab your medic. He wants to stab your sniper. If he can get other picks, he's happy about it, obviously. But those are the things that he actually wants to prioritize. So if you give your combo the opportunity to play in a strong position and make sure that that position is not vulnerable, you're doing your job. You don't need to go find the guy. It's like the same with your heavy. If your sniper gets to peak playground and your heavy makes sure that guy doesn't get stabbed, like that, he's doing his job, you know? Like your heavy doesn't need to go like run around and look and find where the spy ended up, right? As long as your sniper has the space to peek what he wants to peek, your heavy's doing his job. It's the exact same thing for pyro, except with your combo instead. Like you want to be ready for the Uber right now, right? Like you're worried about spy being up here, which you can be, right? But you're in a bad position to be worried about it, right? You got an NG here to worry about if spy's on this gun, right? He can think about that. He can call it. You want to be base of hill right now, making sure your demo and medic aren't getting stabbed, and making sure you're in position to deal with the Uber. Thankfully, their demo is just like dead, so like life is easy. Again, you're a little like out of position in my opinion for this Uber, but you stuff it well, so it doesn't matter. As soon as this Uber's over, this is where you want to be worried about spy. Okay, getting ammo is totally fine. Looking for spy. I don't think you need to take this space. It's cool your team's wiping up right now, but the rest of your team can look forward, right? You don't need to be the one looking forward. Even if you kill this medic, which is awesome, cool, great. Like there's cool opportunities, even though there's a mini here. But you're up 4. You don't need to push an advantage. You're up 4 on first. You got 5 minutes. Like you dying here to anything is way, way, way worse than you doing nothing and making them take another like tough push into you while they have very little time. You know, like this would be a really, really bad death if you were to die. Thankfully, you live. Something you can check if you're going to be spy checking with the det behind you. The spy can stand up here and be calling, so worth a shot every now and again. But again, I just want you to be with your demo, man. That's all I want you to be with. Like you don't have to check flank. You don't think about your teammates, right? You're not the only spy checker on your team. You shouldn't be. You got a heavy right here, right? Right now, you walked all the way up here. Your heavy is like spy checking you. You're gonna shoot a det. If their sniper's not dog shit, this guy should swing you and kill you. You know? Like that's like you don't want that to happen. You already got a spy checker up here anyways, right? If you're standing behind your gun, you don't need like that's your NG. That's your scout, right? Your demo, your medic, those are the people playing down here, worried about hill, worried about the tracks cross. You know, you have a soldier up here to worry about this. You have a heavy to worry about this. You have an NG and a scout to worry about like the flank over here. Don't take their jobs when they're here doing it. Yeah, I'm not super. I've done a poor job of tracking spy on defense, so I'm assuming you're doing a decent job on like checking the cross and such here. But these are the places that I want you to be responsible for. Not flank, not playground. Again, like who cares? Who cares if that's a spy? Like actually, if you're standing here instead of back here, you can see that same shit. Call that there's a spy there, the exact same as if you're standing all the way back here being worried about it. But standing back here creates the opportunity for spy to decloak here, creates the opportunity for spy to decloak here, creates the opportunity for spy to decloak in front of playground and like stab your demo, right? Let your scout worry about all that shit. You can look around if you have the space to do it, but don't give up your good positioning to spy check, ever. Especially when you're on the detonator. The detonator is like the best spy checking weapon in the game. Do not ever give up positioning when you can just spy check with the det. Yeah, I'd be sniper's dead, so this peak's actually fine. Yeah, I would say yeah. Just stand still and let your med arrow you here. I mean, it's 9, so it's gonna be tough, but again, I don't want to like keep repeating myself. But okay, think about it right now. Think about it right now. Who fucking cares if the spy's up here? What is he doing? Right? You have a gun. You have an engine. You have a heavy. You have a scout. You have a soldier. Right? Who cares? Let him dick around up here. He can jerk his shit in spawn all day. It doesn't matter if you have good positioning on first. Again, I think you're worried about peeking a little too much to shoot dets. 1, because you can be shooting dets without peeking in the first place, and 2, because again, this damage doesn't matter. They need to take an Uber and like wipe your team, kill your gun, sap the gun, right? Like those are the things they want to do. They don't like if you peek and shoot a det and like do 40 damage to the scout, and then you die to a sniper, like that guy's gonna be slightly annoyed, and then they're gonna push because you're dead, because you're retarded, and like peeked and shot a det at nothing and did nothing with it. Right? You being alive is so much more important than any damage you can do by like actively peeking with it. Right? And you don't need a spot, right? Obviously you don't need a spot because you have a spy right here. And your team is set up with traps to worry about like people actually walking over hill. Just let them. Who cares? You have 3 minutes and 38 seconds left to hold this entire map. Why are you peeking? Okay, solid stuff. Yep, totally solid stuff. Nice. Yep. Cool. Now you want to worry about, yeah, I would just focus tracks here. This is totally fine. Okay, sentry's there, so now I'd worry about spy. Oh, never mind, spy died. Cool. So getting ammo is totally fine. I would get back and take this base and just hope your medic heals you. Just like make sure you're not like overfeeding more than you need to. But yeah, this is totally fine. Okay, now we're a little aggressive. You don't need to peek this hill probably. There's just no reason to. Again, you got 3 minutes. This is like the amount of time it takes to push the rest of the map, you know? Just don't give them any opportunities. There's no reason to. You're spy checking and the spy can't be here. Spy died and is respawning. Most likely spy is at best on tracks, walking through tracks right now. Maybe it's top of hill, but I think it's too early to be there. Okay. Spy's probably like coming through flank, assuming you do a good job of checking like tracks into your right and stuff here right now. Yep, spy just stabbed your sniper on playground, I think. is my guess where he just got that stab. Your sniper's probably a little too far forward. He dies instantly for it anyways, and your sniper is on an 8K. So I mean, again, you're 244. It doesn't like you're winning like this map. But yeah, just think about like you try to be really really efficient at like understanding where Spy is going to be crossing, what time he's going to be crossing, why he's going to be crossing there, because like a lot of the spy checking was just kind of useless. Yeah. At this point, yeah, giving up to second is probably worthwhile. Getting sniped is whatever, as long as your med lives here. Oh, never mind. I didn't realize your med was already up. Low key, you guys probably have enough time to get a decent hold going. But even if you just like refight from tracks instead of like hold up close on hill, like you guys have a ton of time. Damn, that sucks. This is more of a symptom of trying to hold like here instead of like refighting backtracks. Than something that you fucked up, in my opinion. And they're down 4 anyways. I don't die here. The big thing, like, you dying here is really, really bad. I respect that you want to fight. But just live. Again, this just... actually, never mind. With the flank, that's solid. You probably had comms for that. I think you're early on the spy cross. But again, I'm not hard tracking right now. Okay. I respect you being worried about your sniper. Again, okay, all right. So one thing here, again, you're too worried about a lot. What you could be doing is standing just down here a little bit more, just behind the rock, and you can see all of this. Especially once Arb backs up behind this doorway and doesn't have his like back to like being able to be stabbed from this doorway. You can do all of the same spy checking around this whole area just with your eyes. You can also see all the way back, you know, at playground to see if he takes the ammo pack or something, just with your eyes. Like, if you're gonna see this guy, you're gonna kill him anyways. I just think you can be taking it like a little more efficiently. Also, this is like a horrid decloak, Jesus. All right, but good job, good catch. Now you know you can just look forward. Okay, all right. Your spy checking what the spy is doing right now. What are you shooting these flames at? I know you're in a dispenser, but what are these flames actually for? You know, everything you should be doing on Pyro should be very purposeful. And it feels like you're just like holding M1 for the sake of it right now. You know, who are you lighting on fire right now? Who could be there? Your spy is, you know, literally just respawned. Spy might be taking the teleporter, at best. Yep, he just took teleporter and stabbed your scout. Jesus. I respect the telepick. Again, it doesn't matter. You got 50 seconds like you won this map anyways. So I don't want to focus like too hard on like super micro because you might just be kind of trolling it up. Yeah. At this point, you guys should just be like, I imagine, like having fun. Yeah. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. We'll find like a better defense demo later. I can show you some other stuff on defense as well. Real quick. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it there. Let me close this. Okay. Oh, right. I don't have my config set up. Hold on. Alright. So I have a couple things I want to talk about on offense, and then I want to show you a couple things on defense since we didn't get too far into it. But low-key, I don't want to watch the Imposters demo because it can't be better than this. Whoa. God. Default config is like terrifying, actually. Okay, anyways, so for first, the big things I wanted to mention, just kind of like from my POV, is just clearing right here really quickly first. Clearing this is good. Clearing above that rock is really good. And then just like, you know, God, I can't. M1 is not actually bound right now, so bear with me. But yeah, clearing out this, and then I think, you know, clearing out like this area is like totally fine as well. And then if you like debts up here, like extra debts like in this area are like totally fine, depending on what you guys want to do. But the big things are, like I said, clearing at that, making sure no spies are up here, there. Maybe like a debt like here is like fine, just to double check. But like I said, I've like basically never seen a spy there. And then just like taking the space here. The big thing is worry about traps here, worry about traps like in random places, worry about traps even like here, worry about traps around the corners. Like, I mean, you're a demo player, you know, like they like to put traps all over the place. But once you get the space, you know, take this, try to like win the pyro duel, basically air blast people up and away, and get the gun down. Give like your demo the space to get the gun down. That's like really what matters. Like you want to make sure they use. You want to get like, you know, air blast in the back, get the gun dead, and then, you know, take whatever space you can. Once you get first, well, other things you can do actually. Pick the Uber, fall back to your sniper. A lot of times this is the best play to peek sniper. So, you know, like make sure spy doesn't like stab your sniper here. Worry about the soldier like being aggressive here. But giving your sniper the opportunity to like take these angles and like kill people is really good. The other thing you can do is if you're having a lot of trouble pushing, you can like take space up here, like with your flank, and try to help push the heavy out, whatever. But that's more like a breaker strat if you have like a lot of trouble taking first. The default is like what I already showed you. You know, be wary of traps still being in here from the demo if he doesn't die. When you take second, the big things to worry about are 1, spy, 2, sniper. Make sure there's not a spy like hanging out around here. And something you can do is it's like, oh, that's bad. But you can basically pretty easily shoot sniper off of this angle by shooting over here. Or just like, I imagine you can like, it might be a little hard to shoot it just like straight up, but you know, just taking this is a lot better than like trying to like do this. So, you know, see if you can pressure sniper off here if he is up there. Otherwise, spy in this corner, obviously, spy anywhere back here, you know, standing up here is super common. This is really common, like waiting for people to walk by. You can be standing at the sign, anywhere back here. But the big thing is, like, as your sniper and like team tries to take the space, make sure nobody gets backstabbed as they do this. Make sure nobody walks in from here. And depending on if your team takes this space, you can be wary of a spy like hanging out over here and trying to like walk in and like stab someone from this way. Those are the big things to worry about. If you can take this space, depending on where your team is at, obviously worry about side tunnel as you get people set up, or if your sniper is like, say, trying to take like this space, like these angles or something, you know, make sure that guy doesn't die, especially if you have the opportunity for your sniper to get like here or something. Like if he has the space to get this, like make sure here with him is the big thing in my opinion. Because it's really hard to actually have like a ton of impact if even if you're just like standing with your demo here, because the things that are going to kill you are like them like peeking tracks here and they're like sniper like taking this fight more than like a demo spamming or anything like that. So making sure your sniper's alive and has the space to kill people is really, really strong. But it's pretty situational. Like even I have a Arb specifically. I remember like the Hornet season. He was like up here like trying to take SVS after we were like taking second. I was legit just like AFK like standing here, just like making sure he doesn't get stabbed. So depending on the team, depending on the players and stuff. But that's pretty much it for second. Second's really simple for the most part. It's like just make sure people don't get stabbed and have the opportunity to get in situation. Third is mostly like a play this area. Kind of thing until your team's ready. These debts like over here are like totally fine to shoot. Usually you're gonna have players up here, so you shouldn't have to worry about spy dropping down from here, but it can happen depending on the situation. The big thing is gonna be like spy walking up from here, spy walking up from here, even like here sometimes. and then like actually taking the space here. You know, worry about traps being in here. It's very common, and like I mentioned before, obviously traps are super common here. So like the preemptive deaths are really good as you walk up. But yeah, just kind of try to hold the space, make sure nothing bad happens until your team is ready. Especially if your team ends up having to fall back, be very wary of spies, like being in position to try and like catch people on collapses coming up these tracks, because like I'm sure you know you can like spies can stand like well, not if you miss. Spies can stand here. So be wary of that. But the big thing is you know, take this space with your team. And you don't want to stay here too long. Like if you end up like AFK here, it's a really like this is a place where you're like this is a transition place. If you're standing here for a long time, eventually it's going to turn bad for you and your team's going to die. So, you know, clear these traps, and then either you know you want to be like taking this like fight with the pyro, or you know taking U-turn like try to kill the soldier or whatever. You just don't want to like end up standing here a long time, because otherwise like there's just too many things. Like the demo's going to be spamming you, like people are going to walk out here, and the spies will be walking at the same time, and you just can't deal with all of them at the same time. So be wary of that. But that's kind of pretty much your job, is like take the space and then let your team like kill people and like make sure people don't die as you like take the space and get to last. Usually on last, people are going to be trying to take the space through under more than anything else. So obviously clear this out. Like I mentioned before, like this are like the kind of the checklist. Maybe like shoot a det like around this corner as you walk up, because sometimes there'll just be like random traps around here. But once you have the space, like once you've done that, cleared out, made sure spies on here, you can legit just kind of, this is it. Like make sure you're not in like an angle to get sniped. Hopefully, like be wary of like a soldier being up, but like hopefully you know this guy's up before you just like let your sniper out here for free. Like you might have to like take like an ego fight like around here or something. And kill a soldier. But assuming soldier's not like playing around here or something, or like even like here's really easy because you can just like, you know, like reflect, just no problem. But otherwise you can just kind of AFK here. Like I said, it's really common for scouts to walk through this, but just standing here and letting your sniper like take this fight without having to worry about getting backstabbed is enough for you to win the point. Because the spy's not actually going to go in. Like if you're standing here, spy's not walking past this. You don't even have to shoot flames. You don't have to do anything. And if the scout decides to come through here, like I said, I like having like when I play with Dotwet, he'll literally legit just like stand here or stand here basically while I do this. So it ends up being really strong. So you don't have to worry about scout coming up behind. But even if you just have enough time to be like, yo, scout's coming up behind you, sniper, your sniper can like, you know, even just like take the opportunity to like do this or something and get out and live. So it's just really strong. You legit can take your hands off your movement keys here and just like, you know, look around, make sure nothing bad happens. Say your sniper dies, or say your team is taking an Uber and you want to come in for post and you have picks or the spy is dead or something. You can either like walk through Harry Potter, or just like take here and like get the cart and either take space wide and pressure their spawn so they can't peek out themselves this way, or just like get on cart and, you know, reflect off the cart, and that's pretty much it for offense. On defense, like I mentioned, you just don't have to like give it the space ever. So like I mentioned, I will legit like stand here, go, you know, look at until 6 seconds. After 6 seconds have passed, I'll do one of these. I will switch to my det, maybe shoot up here. And again, I'm just fucking mouse wheeling, and then like do one of these. And if I haven't caught spy here, I'll call that he's probably going flank. One det you can shoot that's really good is like here, or even like here, because it'll catch spy in the process of like trying to jump over, if that's what he's doing, and it'll also catch spy if he like crossed here and is like trying to decloak here. I've caught spies just by like shooting this det, by actually detting it correctly. And he'll just be like, they'll just be stuck in here, and then they'll just, you know, get a kill for free. But don't give it the space. Like genuinely, like do that, and then it's like, all right, cool. Maybe check here, you know, look around, maybe reflect some spam. If spy wants to walk in, like again, your soldiers up here, your heavies up here, your enemies over here. Spy has to decloak here, he has to decloak here, or he has to walk by the fucking world to come and stab your combo. So just don't give it the space. And then obviously, like, you know, this is fine. You were fine at dealing with the Uber when it happened. And like I mentioned, if you're planning to deal with sacks, I like to back out here instead, because it just makes it really hard. You can just very easily be like, okay, spy's not going to stab any medic, and this is the only place they can get in. It's like playing Shutter on Asheville for a sack. That's pretty much it. Just do that over and over again until you lose first. You're probably going to fucking get sniped or your medic on the way to second is what it is. If your team gets a good second hold, actually playing on hill is really, really strong, depending on where your team wants to play. The big thing is make sure you're not in a position to get sniped from here. You obviously don't want to be in a position to get sniped from here. It's pretty tough, and your sniper's going to be trying to peek this a lot of the time. So just do your best to like kind of look at both. Make sure your med and sniper aren't going to like get stabbed, and like clear out this as much as you can until your team needs to fall back. Once you fall back, this is kind of like the secret sauce spot. You're out of the sniper range. You can very easily check this because this is like an insanely common place for spy to like jump up and try to get a stab. And then like your gun's gonna be back here, your range is gonna be back here, your heavy's gonna be inside tunnel, your soldier's gonna be like around here, right? Like your scout's gonna be like you're gonna have the world like around this area. So you can like focus a little more hard on this area, and then just use your eyes here, and then you have like you can see both packs very easily. So you can just keep that in your mind, be like, oh, pack's gone, okay, spy's over there. You know, very easy to know. Until you need to like either take an exchange, or your team takes an exchange, or you need to back up. When you back up, obviously the big thing is this is like a horrific like sack spot. You should never be playing here. Like this is just bad. If you need to fall back this far, you need to be taking tracks and just worry about getting your sniper this angle to peek. If your sniper starts peeking like super wide here, legit just like get here and make sure he doesn't get stabbed. That's like all that matters. And then like trying to take the space from there. But yeah, just don't play here. Like your team should never play here. This is like even if you're like perfect, this is just like your pyro having to stand here to like have a point is it's bad. Just don't make it. Just don't play that. Once you fall back to third, all you need to do is play around here. The most important thing about third is it's extremely important. Can't speak. It is extremely important to know if the spy is crossed or not, because the spy only has like one place to cross, really, because like this is really hard. Your heavy soldier, whatever, should be playing here, so you can realistically only cross at this line, you know, even if it's through shithouse. So you want to be worried about spy crossing shithouse. Most importantly, checking that, making sure it's hard for him to get across, making sure you're not dying to sniper from here is super important. And if it's been long enough that you think spy should have crossed, be very wary because these angles turn really, really nasty. You know, they're like if spy decloaks like right here, this is not a long walk up. You know, this is a tough walk up. Him taking back here isn't even that far. Or just like walking in from, you know, like decloaking here and then walking in. None of these are far. So you definitely have to like rethink how you're playing if you think spy is behind you and like be more aware of it. So the best thing is just to make it really hard for him to cross and try to catch him over and over again. Because most of the time, like technically he can do like this cross, which is it here? Yeah, he can do like this jump, but it's not a lot of spies are going to be doing shit like that. So he's either going to be like actually hard crossing like through here or like coming through shithouse most of the time. And either way, it's kind of the same shit. Like if you're spy checking shithouse, like you're basically checking this whole area as well. So be wary of that. The big thing on this point is it's a pyro uber point. All you ever need to do is this. You don't need to peek out and try to fight this guy, whatever. They walk up, you hear they're using, you wait until you see the fucking whites of their eyes and then you just do this. That's it. You win the point. You can win this Uber in like 2 air blast tops just by like looking down and air blasting. That's the biggest thing on top. Like so that and spy checking and sometimes soldiers will bomb. If you guys have to fall back, especially soldiers will be like bombing and like landing around here, which is really tough to deal with when the gun is down. So think about that. But the biggest thing is like these, you know, dealing with that. Once you fall back to last is fucking boring. I hate it. It sucks. It's boring on both sides, to be honest. But really, all you're going to be doing is communicate with your NG, make sure the dispenser's here. As long as the dispenser's up, spy can't be here. So you just hang out here. You, depending on where people are, whether you're here, whatever, you're air blasting shit off the gun. If the sniper is peeking, you're hiding. Even if it means the gun dies, it's better for you to live than for the gun to live. It's better for you to live than keep the gun alive to die for it. Because even if you reflect 2 more things off the gun and you get sniped, like you die here and now there's no one to reflect off the gun and then they just shoot the gun. You can shoot that over this. If the spy is here, keep that guy under control. Just just be shooting these is super impactful. You can see the sniper, like obviously, like as he's trying to peek. So think about that. Like if you see this guy like looking to peek, you can very easily like shoot a det that like pressures him. Just like don't be peeking to shoot dets because it's like game losing to do that. And if you hear that the Dispenser dives, be wary of this cross, especially be wary of the fact that Spy can like do shit like that if he's, you know, better than me and like can actually jump. But like Spy can land on this window and like jump over. Yeah. And then I mean theoretically he can like even if he does that, he has the opportunity to like jump up here and then look for a pick. So you like want to be very careful with Spy getting through here. Sometimes I will legit, like, if I have the space to do it and I know Spy hasn't crossed, I will just do this until my edgy can put the dispenser back up. But don't give up too much to do something like that. Just be wary of it. Like, say, you know, like, usually you can assume that if the dispenser dies, it's either the Spy doing it so he's close, or it's like the soldier, like, down here, like, spamming the dispenser. So you can assume that, like, it's literally like a Spy, like, on the dispenser waiting for it to die and then immediately up and, like, pushing. So assuming the sniper's not an immediate threat, it's worthwhile to just like clear, make sure he's not here, and then like, you know, have the space so that your NG can put the dispenser back up and you don't have to worry about the Spy doing anything. Other than that, that's really it for last. The big thing that I haven't mentioned is you can take the opportunity to just like, not like that, you know, jump on the cart and like try to air blast people off. Depending on how you do it, like I've done it from, you know, you can do it from like here and like air blast people. You can do it from over there. The other thing you can do is like say you have the opportunity to like land like on this and then try to air blast people like up into the pit more. Or you can end up like, depending on the situation, you can end up like in a place like this, just like trying to like, you're less capable of air blasting people like under the pit here, but you have a lot more cover and you're more of a threat that people have to think about, and you can like stall a little bit to fight there. That is pretty much it for Upward as far as I can think of, though. Yeah, those are pretty much the main points for the demo and what I didn't get to see. So yeah, there you go.